Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss some important questions of the chapter Chemical Reactions and Chemical Equation. If you didn't subscribe this channel, please subscribe the channel and visit our website www.winpointonlineclasses.com. Let's start the discussion. Write a balanced chemical equation with state symbols for the following reactions. Here there are some reactions. You need to write a balanced chemical equation. You need to write the state of each reactant and product. First reaction, a solution of barium chloride and sodium sulfate in water react to give insoluble barium sulfate and solution of sodium chloride. Second question, sodium hydroxide solution in water reacts with hydrochloric acid solution to produce sodium chloride and water. These are the two reactions. We are going to write the chemical equations for each reaction. Solution of barium chloride means we are writing BaCl2. It is barium chloride plus Na2SO4 sodium sulfate. This AQ is aqueous. Aqueous means in water. Then BaSO4 barium sulfate and NaCl means sodium chloride. We need to balance it. We are going to make boxes in the reactant side and product side. Inside the box we are not able to do anything. Here you can see oxygen. In both sides you can see oxygen. So we are going to count the number of oxygen. Here you can see SO4 group. So we are considering SO4 as a group and we are counting the number of SO4 in reactant side and product side. How many SO4 you can see in the reactant side? It is Na2SO4. Na2SO4 means only one SO4. Here it is barium sulfate BaSO4. Only one SO4. It is balanced. Now we can go for number of chlorine. Here in the reactant side it is BaCl2. How many chlorines are there? There are two chlorine. Cl2 means there are two chlorine. Here also there should be two chlorine. Here it is NaCl only. We need to add a 2 here. So we are going to add 2 here. Now we added a 2 here. Now it is 2 NaCl. Now we can go for number of sodium. How many sodium you can see in the reactant side? It is Na2SO4, 2 sodium. In the product side it is 2 NaCl, 2 sodium. Now it is balanced. Now we can go for barium. Here in the reactant side, how many barium you can see? It is barium chloride. Barium chloride means only one barium. In the product side it is barium sulfate means only one barium. It is also balanced, which means this reaction is balanced reaction. The balanced equation is BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 gives BaSO4 plus 2 NaCl. Sodium hydroxide solution in water reacts with hydrochloric acid solution in water to produce sodium chloride solution and water. First we are writing the skeletal equation. NaOH means sodium hydroxide plus HCl means hydrochloric acid. AQ means aqueous with water gives NaCl plus H2O. We are writing the equation. We are making boxes in the reactant side and product side. Now we are going to count number of oxygen in reactant side. It is NaOH, right? Here you can see NaOH. NaOH means there is only one oxygen. In the product side it is H2O. H2O means only one oxygen. Number of oxygen is balanced. Then we can go for number of hydrogen. Here in the reactant side, how many hydrogens are there? NaOH, 1 hydrogen, HCl, 1 hydrogen, total 2 hydrogen. In the product side, H2O, 2 hydrogen. It is also balanced. Now we can go for number of sodium. Here in the reactant side, how many sodium you can see? NaOH means only 1 sodium. In the product side, NaCl, only 1 sodium. NaCl means only 1 sodium. In the case of chlorine, here in the reactant side HCl only 1 chlorine, in the product side NaCl 1 chlorine. It is also balanced. So this equation is a balanced equation. The balanced equation is NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O. A solution of a substance X is used for whitewashing. There is a substance. The substance is X. This substance is used for whitewashing. Right? Name the substance X and write its formula. Write the reaction of the substance X named in 1 above with water. There is a substance X which is using for whitewashing. Which is the substance? It is calcium oxide. Calcium oxide we can use it for whitewashing, and this calcium oxide, when we are adding this calcium oxide to water, what is going to happen? Let's see that now. The answer is calcium oxide, CaO. Calcium oxide plus H2O gives calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. Calcium oxide is known as quicklime and calcium hydroxide is slaked lime. Why is the amount of gas collected in one of the test tubes during decomposition of water double of the amount collected in the other? When we are doing decomposition of water with the help of electricity, we are getting hydrogen and oxygen. The amount of hydrogen will be always more than the amount of oxygen. What is the reason behind it? That we are going to discuss. There are two test tubes here. Here you can see two test tubes. In one of the test tubes, you can see more amount of gas bubbles. What is the reason behind it? That gas is hydrogen, and in this test tube we will get hydrogen, and in this test tube we will get oxygen. The amount of hydrogen will be always more than amount of oxygen. The reason is very simple. Just analyze the equation of decomposition of water. The equation is 2H2O gives 2H2 plus O2. In the reaction, the amount of hydrogen is 2H2, right? It is double than O2. The amount is more than oxygen, then there will be more amount of hydrogen. Water contains 2 parts of hydrogen and 1 part of oxygen. Therefore, during electrolysis of water, the amount of hydrogen gas collected in one of the test tube is double than that of the oxygen produced in, and always double than that of the oxygen produced and collected in the other test tube. Why does the color of copper sulfate solution change when an iron nail dipped in it? We are dipping an iron nail in the copper sulfate solution, there will be color change. What is the reason behind it? What is the formula for copper sulfate? For copper sulfate is CuSO4 and iron is Fe. When we are adding iron to copper sulfate, what is going to happen? Copper sulfate plus Fe gives FeSO4 plus Cu. What is happening here? Here Fe is replacing copper from copper sulfate because Fe is more reactive than copper. The color of copper sulfate is blue and color of FeSO4 is green. Color of ferrous sulfate is green. What is the reason for this color change? Iron is more reactive than copper. The more reactive element can replace another element from its compound. Here, iron is replacing copper from copper sulfate. That is the reason for color change. Give an example for double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction means there should be an exchange of ions. If there is an exchange of ions, then we can say that it is a double displacement reaction. HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus H2O. Identify the substance that are oxidized and the substance that are reduced in the following reactions. 4Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. CuO plus H2 gives Cu plus H2O. There are two reactions. We need to find which substance is undergoing oxidation, oxidized, and which substance is undergoing reduction, reduced. We need to find these two substances. We are going to discuss the first example. 4Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. Here it is 4Na. It is Na. In the product side, it is Na2O. It is combined with oxygen, right? Na has been converted to Na2O, means it has been combined with oxygen. It is oxidation, right? Here you can see oxygen. This oxygen, now it is O2. In the product side, it is O only. O2 has been converted to O. O2 has been converted to O. One oxygen less, right? So it is reduction. So here it will be reduction. Oxygen undergoing reduction. And now we can go for sodium. In the product side, in the reactant side it is Na, in the product side it is Na2O. Na has been converted to Na2O, means Na has been combined with oxygen to form Na2O. Combination of oxygen, addition of oxygen, it is oxidation. So it will be oxidation. Na undergoing oxidation, Na oxidized, and O2 reduced. O2 is undergoing reduction. First we can go for CuO. Here you can see CuO, and in the product side it is only Cu. CuO has been converted to Cu, means one oxygen less, means it is reduction. So it will be reduction. Now we can discuss H2. H2 is alone here, and after the reaction it is H2O, means addition of oxygen. It is oxidation. So in this reaction, CuO undergoing reduction, it has been reduced, and H2 undergoing oxidation, it has been oxidized. If you like the video, subscribe the channel and share this video, and visit our website www.winpointonlineclasses.com.